Hey, 7th graders, it's Miss Ditmar again. We're doing our second day of cross products. Alright, cross products has multiple uses. We're going to be looking at two different uses today. First, we're going to test to see if a proportion is true. And then, if it is true, we're going to find a missing term using algebra. Alright, let's start off by figuring out if a proportion is true. Is 3 is to 4 as 6 equals to 8? Is that true? So using my cross products, I'm going to do 3 times 8 equals 4 times 6. All right? And you might know whether or not that's true just by looking at it, but we want to prove it. All right? 4 times 6 equals 24. 3 times 8 equals 24. 24 equals 24. That's true. So that statement's true, so the proportion is true. What about 1 is to 2 as 2 is to 5? Is that true? Well, let's try cross products to see. I'm going to have 1 times 5 equals 2 times 2. 1 times 5 equals 5. 2 times 2 equals 4. 5 does not equal 4. That's not true. So the proportion is not true. All right. Now those were kind of simple. I'm going to have you try a couple that are a little bit more difficult, but you solve them the same way. All right? So get your notebook out, work these out using cross products, and see what you get. All right, hopefully you've solved these by now. You've got an idea what you're doing. Let's take a look. Is 13 to 21 as 26 is to 39? Are those equal? Well, it's 13 times 39 and 21 times 26. 507 does not equal 546. That is not true. The second one here, 15 is to 45 as 45 is to 135. Let's see what we get. We're going to have 15 times 135 and 45 times 45. Those both equal 2025. That's true. That's a true proportion. All right. Now we're going to look at solving these to figure out the missing term. All right. So these ones we're going to assume already are true. It's got the equal sign in there. It's telling us it's true. All right. I'm going to do cross products just like I did before, but now I've got more than just an x here. So in order to do this, I'm still going to take my 2 times 27, and I'm going to have that equals 18 times this whole thing, x plus 2. That means I'm going to put the x plus 2 in parentheses. All right? When I've got these parentheses, remember, I have to distribute that 18 to the x and the 2. So I'm going to have 2 times 27 equals 54. And then 18 times x is 18x. Bring down the addition sign. 18 times 2 is 36. Now I want my x by itself. So I have to undo the addition and subtraction first. So I'm going to subtract 36 from both sides. And I'm going to get that 18 equals 18x. Now I divide both sides by 18 and I get that 1 equals x. So that's my missing term here. That's going to be a 1. So this would be 2/3, or 2 is to 3 as 18 is to 27. All right, let's look at this other one here. I'm going to have x times 9 equals 3 times the difference, 2x minus 7. This is all in parentheses right here. Again, I have to distribute that 3. 9 times x is 9x equals 3 times 2x is 6x. Bring down the subtraction. 3 times 7 is 21. Now this is a little different. I have an x on both sides, and I have just my negative 21 over on the right side here. I want x's all together. So to do that, I'm going to get rid of 6x's on the right here. So if I get rid of 6x's on the right, I get rid of 6x's on the left also. So 9x minus 6x is 3x. And I have still negative 21. This minus 21 means it's negative. Now I divide both sides by 3, and I get that x is negative 7. So negative 7 is to 3 as, let's see, negative 7 times 2 is negative 14, minus 7, negative 21. So negative 7 is to 3 as negative 21 is to 9. All right, you try one. This time there's only an x on one side here. Try this one, write it out, show all your steps, all your work, and then we'll look at it tomorrow. Or we'll look at it today. All right, so I've got 40 times my difference, x minus 2, equals 8 times 30. Distribute my 40, 40x minus 80 equals 8 times 30 is 240. I'm going to add 80 to both sides, and I get 40x equals 320. Divide by 40, and I'm going to get my x is 8. So 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 is to 8 as 3. 30 is to 40. All right. What did you learn or were you reminded of, and what questions do you still have?